Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Innovation Podcast, your source for all things innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Mike Roberts on the line, and he's founder and Chief Apprenticeship Officer over at San Diego Code School. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Adam, for having me.
All right, Mike, so I'm excited to get today's topic. So we're going to talk about some of this expansion you have going on and the new software engineering apprentices that you're looking for. But before we get into that, let's go a little bit further into what you're doing over at San Diego Code School. Tell us a little bit more about your school, please.
Absolutely. So I help businesses scale and deliver great software using untapped talent. San Diego Code School trains deeply skilled apprentices and software engineers here in San Diego County.
That's awesome. And just to give, because at the end of this, I'm going to give you an opportunity to leave your contact info or your website for some of the business, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives listening to this right now. What are the types of businesses that you typically work with, or they're typically a good fit to work with you and your apprentices?
Absolutely. So companies that are growing and have sort of a need, typically for either offshore project management services or engineering, or they're just kind of at capacity on projects that they just can't handle internally, they would be perfect fits for what we're doing. We have applications open for our current apprentices, and we're working on software related to ServiceNow right now. So if you're a company that is on the Now platform, or if you need integration work, those folks should definitely reach out to us.
Let's go further down the line on that topic. So I know you're expanding. I'm hiring new software engineer apprentices. Tell us a little bit more about what that looks like.
Absolutely. So really, applicants that have any kind of raw skills can enter the program, work really hard, and transition into a rewarding career. So I love the fact that I can help people that have some raw talent, grit, determination, good problem-solving skills, and get them the hands-on attention, personalized, high-touch training that gets them ready for these types of careers.
That's awesome. Can you give us a little bit more of a feel for the program, like length of time? I mean, give us some, because I know right now there's some people listening that are like, this sounds really cool. I've always wanted to do something like this. This may be a way to take my skill set to the next level. Let's talk to them for a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about the program.
Absolutely. So the first thing people will sometimes think is when I say apprenticeship, it's an internship. And I like to tell people that it's not really the same. An internship is more like dating, and an apprenticeship is more like getting engaged. And so our program is a 12-month program. We start people off at $18 an hour. So it's $18 an hour for the first 6 months. Then they get paid $19 an hour for the second 6 months, and we bump them up to $20 an hour at the end of the year. And our hope is to get them prepared for an entry-level role at a much larger, mid-size, or a large-size software engineering company at the end of that period. So another common question we get is, how much does it cost? And just to reiterate, we don't charge anything. We actually pay people to learn how to code.
Man, this is just amazing. I love what you're talking about, Mike, and I love that you bring up the difference between an apprenticeship and an internship. I feel like people don't know that, like, once upon a time, you go back to the shoe cobbler days, you go back to all these other days of like a printing press, like apprentices were like years they were under apprenticeship to learn a trade or a craft. It's not like an internship where you're just doing it for, a month or so, or in between summer things that you have going on. It's a real commitment. So I love that you bring that up, because I feel like people have the Lost Art of Apprenticeship is like, most people don't know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things that's really neat is we've kind of coined a term called the new collar. And so instead of there being blue collar training, we like to think of these as modern opportunities for people to, again, show their skills, work alongside someone to get hands-on experience, learning how to code from someone that has deep industry experience.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's great stuff you're doing there. Location, geography-wise, tell us a little bit more about the delivery of the program. Is it do people have to be in California? I mean, is it online? I mean, give us a feel for that.
Absolutely. So right now, due to COVID, we've transitioned to online and remote until it's safe for us to return to the classroom. But we actually have 2 campuses in San Diego. So one is in Escondido, California, and the other is in Southeast San Diego. Both of these areas are opportunity zones, and we've strategically selected them, keeping in mind that these are places where they've been historically underrepresented people in the tech industry, and we really want to be able to provide that opportunity for folks that have not a chance to be in this space.
That's awesome. So, Mike, if somebody's listening to this, and so 2-part question, if somebody's listening to this, whether they're a business inquiring about services for their business from San Diego Code School, or if it's a potential applicant, I mean, how do these 2 types of people reach out?
Best way is to visit our website. So I'm sure you'll add that to the show notes. It's www.sdcs.io. And we have tons of information on there, plenty of great videos, frequently asked questions. So that's probably the best place for them to get questions answered.
Fantastic. Well, Mike, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work you're doing and really how you're providing opportunity out there. So, man, I think it's awesome what you're doing. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review in the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Innovation, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of things and projects that you're working on. And Mike, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks, Adam.